Stefan Zweig's wonderful tale Fantastic Night is enthralling. This narrative combines psychological study with introspection. It was published in 1922. The protagonist is a young man not named specifically. He leads a cozy existence. He owns privilege, wealth, and status. Still, he feels emotionally vacant. His life has neither direction or significance. A random incident one day transforms everything. This is an afternoon Sunday event. The man chooses to have a ride across the countryside. By chance, he shows up for a horse racing. He snatches the winning ticket of another person at this race. He is shocked by this deed. He never would have done prior. The heist throws his gaze toward another reality. He understands he has emotions. This insight is exhilarating and horrible. He begins to see the globe differently. He starts to grasp life's complexity. The act of theft starts a turning point. It sets him on a night of really remarkable events. That evening, he runs across several folks. Every meeting imparts fresh knowledge to him. He talks with folks he might have passed over earlier. These exchanges have great emotional intensity. They enable him to link with his inner self. The evening starts a voyage of self-discovery. The man begins to value the fluctuation of life. He starts to know his own wishes. He understands that contradicting ideas abound in life. These paradoxes give life deep significance. He discovers that life totally requires emotions. This evening dramatically transforms him. He is someone else at the end. He feels neither empty anymore. He sees today the value of emotions. He understands the need of living really. This novella transcends mere narrative value. It reflects the human experience. Zweig probes the complexity of the human mind. He demonstrates how one incident may transform a life. The writing is pleasing and interesting. Zweig makes quite beautiful use of language. He precisely catches the inner conflict of the protagonist. The narrative is psychological as much as philosophical. It explores concerns of morality, self-awareness, and identity. Additionally, a critique of the upper class is the novella. The life of luxury the protagonist leads seems to be superficial. His riches makes no difference in his happiness. It separates him from actual life only. The narrative revolves mostly around this loneliness. The path the protagonist travels is one from solitude to connection. From a disconnected life to a more involved one, he transforms. The central change in the narrative is this one. Zweig captures this metamorphosis really brilliantly. He demonstrates how one finds real happiness inside. It is not about position or riches. It is about tuning in to one's feelings. The novella also addresses the guilt issue. Following the theft, the protagonist feels bad. His change comes from this guilt. It gets him facing his actual self. Change and development follow from this conflict. The novella closes with hope. The protagonist now serves a different goal. He now knows to really welcome life. This finish stimulates ideas as well as being satisfying. It invites the reader to consider a lot. Zweig writes from a timeless perspective. His investigation of the human condition has relevance now. Anyone like psychological fiction should definitely read Fantastic Night. Long after you have closed the book, this narrative lingers. Readers of many ages will find resonance in its universal themes. Zweig has a really great insight into human nature. He catches the core of what it is to live. This novella offers evidence of his writing genius. One can read and go back over this book. Every reading exposes fresh levels of significance. That is a real masterwork of writing. Should you not have yet read it, it is really worth doing. You will find yourself enmeshed in its universe. This is a universe of inquiry and introspection. You will not forget the trip you go. Stefan Zweig's literary treasure Fantastic Night is outstanding. This book challenges and motivates. It emphasizes for us the need of self-awareness. It helps us to give our feelings great value. It helps us to realize that life is a road of development. This novella pays honor to the human spirit. It reminds us that every one of us is changeable. We have hope even if we could feel empty. One always has possibilities to discover meaning. The core message of Fantastic Night is this one. This is a message that is as pertinent today as it was upon book publication. Readers all across still find inspiration in Zweig's work. His body of work endures. He has left us with soul-tacting tales. Among such tales is Fantastic Night. Generations to come will continue to turn pages in this book. Every bookcase should have this book among its contents. Zweig writes like a gift to the planet. Among his best presents is Fantastic Night. Long after you have turned the last page, you will find resonance in this book.